And a manhunt is on this morning for the man who shot and killed a St. Petersburg police officer late last night.
Pop, 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 pop.
How many?
About 7.
Exchanged gunfire, 7 to 9 shots, we are told, with the suspect, and Officer Crawford was killed.
He was an honorable man. He was a family man.
I seen the fire come out of the barrel.
Officers who were first here to support their fallen comrade.
As I rolled him over, his eyes were basically gone.
The gunman right now is still on the run.
We're in uncharted territory.
Another SWAT team arriving on scene. That's the Homeland Security, the federal government SWAT team.
This makes me kind of weak in my knees to think about it.
I didn't come home because I didn't feel safe.
Because of concerns that this shooter is still on the loose, 3 schools have been closed.
You know, we're torn between grieving and our job and our mission.
How does the city get through this?
Everybody's committed to the mission at this point.
So that this person will be apprehended and brought to justice.
They're going in with heavy guns.
The murder of a veteran police officer was set into motion when he stopped and questioned a 16-year-old young man at Tropicana Field. But it's the moments leading up to the shooting that helped.
Pull that gun out, point it, and fire it 5 times.
According to my faith, I am supposed to forgive you. I do not know that I will ever be able to do that.
On February 21st, 2011, a 46-year-old police officer, David Crawford, from St. Petersburg, Florida, responded to a call at Tropicana Field. He was investigating a possible prowler.
The officer was one of 2 dispatched to a scene to check out a report of a suspicious person.
He tried to break into a white Dodge Neon. He used a screwdriver to pop the driver's side lock.
But just a few weeks later, the city would face a shocking tragedy.
In side-by-side hearses, 2 Tampa police officers who worked together and died together were honored together.
A cruel twist of fate would soon leave an already traumatized community reeling, forever changing the lives of 2 families.
Officer David Crawford pulled out his notepad.
He pointed at the officer's belly and hit Officer Crawford. He was struck 4 times, possibly 5 times.
The officer was shot multiple times at close range.
He arrived at that scene about 10:30 last night, exchanged gunfire, 7 to 9 shots, we are told, with the suspect, and Officer Crawford was killed.
Dozens of officers came here to stand shoulder to shoulder in solidarity as one of their own was being treated here for his gunshot wounds. However, those injuries suffered by the 46-year-old David Crawford were too severe.
Officer David Crawford, a 46-year-old, 25-year veteran of the force, was killed after being shot multiple times.
The suspect quickly drew a weapon, shot Officer Crawford multiple times. Officer Crawford did return fire multiple times. We don't know if the suspect was wounded or not. As dawn broke, St. Petersburg police began the grim search for evidence in the shooting of veteran police officer Dave Crawford.
By the 46-year-old David Crawford were too severe. And once the family members of that 25-year veteran of the St. Pete Police Force.
After Officer Crawford's tragic loss, his fellow officers at the St. Petersburg Police Department set aside their grief to continue their duties.
As I stated last night, this has been very painful for us, but it doesn't deter our determination to bring this suspect to justice. We have a lot of people working very hard and very long to do just that.
More than 200 police officers from all around Tampa Bay are taking part in the hunt for the killer.
We're going to hold that perimeter until we knock on every door and until we search every possible area that a human being could be in. And however long that takes, that's the answer.
That's Campbell Park, right across the street there, and you can see a crime scene van. You can see some St. Petersburg police officers, because that was the very last spot that the suspect was seen.
At the scene, the suspect may have left behind a flip-flop. Security footage captured a suspicious individual leaving the area, a critical lead in the case.
We're currently looking for what is described as a black male, late teens to early 20s.
If you have information that could help officers find this gunman, the number is 727-893-7780. If you saw or heard anything suspicious, call that number on your screen.
the police launched a massive manhunt for the killer. A $50,000 reward was offered, and 130 square blocks were searched with the help of search dogs, helicopters, and hundreds of officers.
Many of you know the FBI has offered a $50,000 reward, and we have well over $100,000.
And somebody knows something.
When the security footage was made public, the public quickly provided the breakthrough, leading them to the suspect's door.
The reward money that was also put out yesterday at 1 o'clock, I think that was the catalyst. About 2:30, we started getting our first calls.
Tips soon led police to the home of 16-year-old Nicholas Lindsey, the prime suspect in Officer Crawford's murder. Lindsey was arrested and taken into custody. Because he was a minor, his parents were present during the interrogation. But before police began questioning, a tearful denial from Lindsey quickly turned into something else entirely.
No, those are your shoes.
Oh my.
Listen,
you got to tell the truth, son.
We're right here.
I was not there.
Those are your shoes, Nicholas. Those are your shoes. Stop.
If you didn't do it, you was with somebody that did this, son.
I did not do it. I was not there. Yes, you was. Yes, you was. Yes, you was. Yes, you was.
Oh, Nicholas, don't do that. See, when you do that, you want to get like this. This how you want to do it?
I love you,
man.
son.
I'm telling you, I'm not doing it. How your shoes get that, son? How do your shoes get that?
Listen to me.
Please tell us, son. They got evidence, son.
You got evidence.
We can't save it, son. If you want to come home, you want to come home. Do you want to come home?
Yes.
You need to talk to these people. What
Was
they need
it
to
an
know.
accident?
I told them, man, I was not there.
Yes, you was.
Honestly.
But what about the video? There's a video. There's a video.
There is a video,
There
son.
was a camera that caught the picture.
And what? You.
Of you.
Walking down the sidewalk and in the grass, cutting through somebody's grass.
There's a video. No more lies, son.
No more lying, son. You got to.
We right here.
You got to tell us the
It
truth,
does not
son.
matter. It does not matter. We here all the way. Okay, but the video.
Son, we can't save you. We can't. They got evidence to keep you, son.
They got DNA. They got DNA.
Well, who is it?
I gave them shoes away. Okay, but that's not the point. On the video. On the video.
Nicholas's parents are urging him to accept that all evidence points to his involvement in the murder, including a surveillance tape and DNA.
We're not coming in here with some
So what they finna take me to jail?
Yep, we're gonna charge you, but that's why we're giving you homicide of a police officer.
Fuck, man! And you would not be coming home.
I was not there. Well, I'm done.
Damn, I was not there.
Baby, I'm done.
For real?
Oh, God. We trying to help.
You need to tell her, son. You need to be honest
That's
with us.
right. We got you. We got you. I'm gonna see you every day. I'm gonna see you every day.
I'm here for you.
We're gonna see you every day.
We here for you. This is
But
what
we're
we
gonna
here
work
for.
on this. Just tell us what happened.
Please tell us what happened.
I
Please,
give up
son.
everything I got. And I know your daddy feel the same way.
What if y'all don't find the person?
I don't
It don't matter. We don't.
Still get charged the same?
No,
we don't know what you're going to just tell us what happened.
You need to tell us what happened.
Tell me
son.
who, what, where, and why.
happened, please.
Just tell us, man.
You need to be honest
And
right
tell
now.
us that and let us worry about all this other shit.
And get out your mind and snitching and all that. You
No,
ain't.
whatever.
You saving your ass.
Despite the best efforts of Nicholas's parents, their son continues to deny his direct involvement in the crime. As the situation becomes more intense, he suddenly tries a new tactic, shifting all the blame to a friend named James, whom he claims to be the actual trigger man.
Okay, tell me what happened. Tell us what happened.
Please tell us.
And don't lie, because these people know if you lie or not. Like I said, they got your clothes.
You don't
they
need
got
to
your
lie no
DNA.
more.
Don't lie. Now, if you lie to them, you're going to make it hard for yourself.
Yes.
If you was by yourself, you was by yourself. If you was with somebody, you was with somebody. But you're going to tell me what happened. I need to know what happened.
No, it's not. It's not over. It will be if you don't tell us what happened.
That's what I'm saying. Come on, all this time we're using
Stop worried about what's gonna happen.
You didn't think about what was
Tell
gonna
us
happen when you was
what
doing
happened.
it. That's fine. Let us worry about
Let
that.
us worry about what's gonna happen. You need to tell us right now what happened so we can get
And they know
things going.
imaginary friends. You need to tell us
We
the truth.
need to know what's going
We
on.
need the truth. They know what the truth is already, and we need to know the truth. They ain't waiting on us.
Please, son.
Just tell us the truth and let us go home and get started on this.
Please tell us, son, what happened.
Nicholas was heard telling a story to James about being picked up and driven to the scene of the shooting. According to Nicholas, James fired a random shot at Officer Crawford, and then they both fled. However, considering that Officer Crawford was shot multiple times, the story seems suspicious from the start.
So, okay, son, listen, right now, you're gonna have to be a man and tell the officer the same thing you told us.
I'm just saying to him, what I'm saying to you is, don't make up nobody.
Don't make up no names. Don't give no false names. Don't give them no. Don't lie to them.
Let me tell you something.
If you lie, you make it worse for yourself.
You lose out.
You lose out.
Ain't no helping you.
This is your one and only time to get this off your back.
Who is the other person? And if you know the person's real name, tell me the person's real name.
Nicholas's parents want him to tell the police everything he knows about the crime. However, if a lawyer had been present, they would have most certainly advised against it.
Now you need to get up and tell them folks the same thing you told us, and that's it. And son, I guarantee you, you got a better way.
I still got to testify against
You got to. You got to. Who gives a time? You got to.
If your clothes ain't got no residue on it, then they know you wasn't.
You ain't the one. They want the one.
The trigger.
If you don't tell them, they gonna hang you for that
right.
shit.
So be honest. So you giving me the right name, is that right?
And you possibly do. They can kill you for this shit. Put you in the electric
chair. You see how people do this?
By you telling us the truth, is taking that off of you. You're making it hard for yourself.
Get up in the chair, man.
Son, stop. You did this now. You did this. But you's a better man. I respect that.
We with you, baby. Stop.
I don't want to do our brother.
Is he still here?
Son, I'm so proud of you. I am too. I'm so proud of you, boy. I am so proud of you. I know you feel bad, but I am so proud of you, okay?
I told you.
Okay. You will be coming home, but right now these people gotta finish their investigation, okay?
Okay.
It's gonna be some years. No, it ain't, son. Don't even think like that, son. It ain't gonna be no years. No, it's not gonna be that.
No, it's not.
After a moving speech from his father, Nicholas ultimately relents and tearfully makes his confession.
Tell us what happened, Nick.
You need to talk up, son.
Talk loud.
You like you wanna get us stolen?
I'm like, yeah. So, I had to go over there, jumping off at the AAA building.
Oh, AAA building where?
Across the street, where it happened at.
Okay.
I said he was gonna go park the car down there by the dome. So I go over there, it's a white neon. I got in the car, but I couldn't spike it. As I looked up in the mirror, I seen the first police come. So I'm like, I get out of the car, jump in the water, man. The man got shot. He come out of the corner. He tell me to stop. Tell my hand on my jacket. And I do that, I just hear, pow, 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 pow. I see him fall, shake my money.
Nicholas told detectives that he and his friend ran from Officer Crawford after getting caught breaking into a white neon. When Crawford came up to them and asked Nicholas to take his hands out of his pockets, Nicholas pulled out a gun and started shooting. He shot all the bullets in his gun before running away from the scene.
What'd you do with the jacket you were wearing? What'd you do with that jacket you were wearing? Burned it.
How did you get in the car?
Got through the door.
Did you pop it or just work it?
Yeah, pop it. Not the window,
Yeah.
Did it all.
You bet. Okay, you have a screwdriver?
Yeah.
Okay, did you leave the screwdriver there or did you take it with you?
I threw it out. I was ready.
Okay. After the shots?
Nicholas claims to have burned the jacket he was wearing at the time of the shooting and disposed of the screwdriver used to break into the car. But he's soon confronted with damning evidence that throws his entire story into question.
There is a little bit of an issue, okay? And you already know what the issue is, okay?
And you're having a hard time with it.
You're obviously having a hard time with it.
Because I want to be able to be home.
I understand that, but I think it's a bigger issue than that.
There's a witness that saw this happen.
Okay.
That saw everything that happened.
Okay.
There's only one person there with the officer.
There's a witness that saw the whole thing.
Tell the truth, son. It doesn't matter. Just tell the truth.
Just say it, son.
That's why we say don't lie, tell the truth.
Just go ahead. You came too far to turn around.
Detectives told Nicholas that a witness saw him as the only person at the scene of the crime. As a result, Nicholas felt pressured by his parents to confess.
Tell the truth, son. Let's do this now. Come on.
Let it out.
Come on, son. Come on.
Go ahead and let it out.
You came this far. Come on. It doesn't matter. We still feel the same way.
Then tell us what happened when the officer came up and told you to turn around. Tell us what happened.
He told me, stop. I was already scared because I seen people I was scared because I had a gun. I didn't want to go to jail.
Okay.
And I was really scared.
So what happened? Tell us what happened.
That's okay, son.
Tell him, son. Tell him, son. You already told him. So just go ahead and tell him what you did. You were scared. You were scared. You didn't want to go to jail with a gun on you.
What happened? When I put it,
Nick, let me ask you this. Why? Why? You had a choice. Why did you pull the gun versus raise your hands?
With his mother next to him, Nicholas finally tells detectives what happened. He says that after accidentally firing his gun, he shot Officer Crawford because he feared for his own life. But detectives still need more details to make their case.
We appreciate him being honest.
Yeah, that's what I told him.
That had to be hard.
Yeah, I know it is.
It's not easy. Baby, if he's here, we'll let him come in on his phone.
I'm so sorry, y'all. It really is.
Sit tight.
Come on, baby. Come on, son.
I don't want you to. I want you to. I want you to meet you. I want to be outside with y'all again.
We will be with you.
Hey. Take care,
Nicholas has confessed to the crime. Detectives are allowing the family to have a few final emotional moments together before he is officially charged with first-degree murder.
Nicholas Lindsey looks on, bleary-eyed, just a few feet from his father, who is struggling through an apology.
On behalf of me, my son, and our entire family, we send our deepest sympathy to the family and his colleague that he worked with. It's my only son. No son that it happened.
Well, there's no question that the allegations in this incident are traumatizing and hit all of the feelings of the residents of not just St. Petersburg, but of the entire state, if not the nation. Because of the nature of the charge and because of your age, it is there's a very high probability that this case will not remain in juvenile court.
The court listened to a sincere apology from Nicholas Sr., but it was clear that his son's age would not result in any leniency. Due to the severity of his crimes, he would be tried in adult court. However, his father's final request was sadly denied.
Yeah, I can't do that, sir. I can't do that.
I'll walk out with the judge.
Okay.
Lindsey walked into court this morning wearing a white dress shirt, no tie. About 75 potential jurors followed. The 12 that are picked will decide Lindsey's guilt or innocence.
At trial, More facts about the tragic night soon emerged.
Detectives say Officer Crawford did pull his service weapon off his hip. He did fire 6 shots from that 9mm, but none of them hit Nick Lindsey.
We also heard from the medical examiner who talked in graphic detail about Officer Crawford's gunshot wounds. It was during that testimony Crawford's widow was overcome with emotion and had to leave the courtroom.
The defense described the teenager as remorseful and troubled, admitting his crimes and explaining that he panicked under extreme circumstances.
The defense says Lindsey's first shot went off accidentally, and as Officer Crawford pulled his gun out, the teen panicked and fired more.
Apologize, all of us.
And did he also apologize to the detective that he was talking to about the fallen officer?
Yes.
He was scared. He was very sincere. I've never seen him cry like that before. He was just like a newborn baby. I mean, scared and almost in a fetal position. And he said that he did not want to die.
And I think it's more likely than not that he fired impulsively out of fear.
Who lived in a dangerous area with frequent threats of violence and influence from gangs.
The defense also tried to paint a picture of the kind of violence Lindsey dealt with every day. His mother talked about the constant threat he faced from neighborhood rivals.
They said they were going to get him wherever they saw him at.
She also said gunfire in their Bethel Heights neighborhood was common, and she's had to teach all her kids how to deal with it.
Any part of the room they're in, they know to get down on the floor.
A child growing up in a rough neighborhood exposed to domestic abuse, suffering from various physical and mental health issues.
The quiet boy's brutal crimes shocked fellow students at Gibbs High School equally.
I was shocked because it's not something that you would expect for him to do. He was a good kid, quiet, didn't mess with nobody.
The firearm that was utilized in the killing of Officer Crawford was not recovered, and Nicholas declined to disclose its source to the authorities.
He did not wish to let us know who he purchased that firearm.
But the defense portrayed Nicholas as a troubled but good-natured kid. However, contradictory images of who he is soon emerged, and witness testimony proved damning.
The question was whether this was first-degree murder or manslaughter. The state had argued that this was an adult who made a conscious decision to pull the trigger on his gun. The defense had argued that this was a kid who had panicked, who had been persecuted and feared for his life because of where he grew up and where he lived.
It was his decision, not his parents', to reach into his pocket, waistband, or whatever, pull that gun out, point it, and fire it 5 times into the body of David Crawford. Every single shot he fired was exactly where he aimed it, at the body of Officer Crawford.
Nicholas Lindsey was found guilty of first-degree murder.
Nicholas Lindsey, a teenager, guilty of first-degree murder.
He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
Officer David Crawford sat on this stage in this St. Petersburg sanctuary about a month ago, mourning the loss of 2 of his brothers. But how could he know that time would reveal a second service here today, where his friends and co-workers would fill the same chairs?
2 dozen pipers and drummers from all over the state asked to play before and after Officer David Crawford's funeral outside First Baptist Church.
In the days following the murder of Officer David Crawford, the city of St. Petersburg both mourned his death and celebrated his life.
A crowd of law enforcement came together at the First Baptist Church of St. Petersburg today, the same church where they remembered 2 other fallen officers just over a month ago.
Dave was a trooper. He was like a big teddy bear. He had that gruff exterior, but a soft heart on the inside.
Even Officer Crawford's squad car was part of the ceremony. Outside the church, flowers were placed on the front of his vehicle.
And he simply said, different uniforms, different battlefields, same fight, good versus evil. In its simplest form, I think that's how Dave saw his job as a police officer.
Donna Crawford cried openly as Police Chief Chuck Harmon presented her with the flag that covered her husband's casket. At times, she rubbed his badge for comfort. At last month's funeral for 2 fellow officers, Crawford told his wife he loved to hear Amazing Grace on the bagpipes. It was played 3 times at today's service. Over the hugs and the tears, doves flew. Rifles volleyed. Helicopters flew in the missing man formation.
As Officer David Crawford was laid to rest, his friend and fellow officer played the mournful minor notes of his favorite hymn, Amazing Grace.
And he was a good guy, and I think I'll do well by him.
Sean Pappas is the only Piper today who really knows him. Crawford called him Pappy. They worked midnights together for several years at SPD, and if Crawford is looking over his old coworker today,
He'd probably say something along the lines of only Pappy would come to a police function like this wearing a kilt.
he chose 2 songs to honor Crawford. The first was easy. Amazing Grace, because Crawford's wife says he always liked that song. The other, a song hundreds of years old called McFarland's Gathering, the one Pappas has been practicing for months, never imagining he'd play it to honor his friend.
It's the one that I'm most confident in playing and doing justice to him. Everyone wants to do their best send-off they can for Officer Crawford. So I think that's the essence of it for me.